Now when you first open a project, you initially start with a plan view. Now you can have multiple plan views by going up to the plan view icon and selecting that on that home tab. So the plan view command on the home tab will create another plan view. So you'll see here I have two tabs now, and you can actually have one view filter on a different tab. So if I click between here, you can see that this plan view are both using the my filter, but I can set this view, and then I could come in here and set that to the my filter copy, and that will display different objects on this view. So I can plan or zoom and pan in these individually. So this one looks different than this one over here. So within this one, you can also stack these views. So if you wanted to look at them side by side, you right click on the tab and you can stack them either horizontally or vertically. So if I click this way, you can see that I've got two views and I can pan and zoom in those individually. You can also create a 3D view, which would be the next icon to the right. So I'm going to click on that 3D view, and again it's going to create another view tab that I can either stack or change the view filter. So here you can see that it's actually stacked next to this one. I can right click on this and I can move it to a previous group. So if I want to put it over here onto this side, then I can right click and select a new horizontal tab or a new view filter tab. So if I go horizontal, you'll see that it stacks it this way. Now in the 3D view, if you use your left or your wheel, you press the wheel down and you rotate or move your mouse up, you can see that I can rotate this into a 3D environment. If I scroll in, it'll scroll in about that 3D view, and now you can see objects in 3D as well as in plan view or in 2D. There is some preset views as well, so if you want to, you can come up here and set that to the top, and that will set your 3D view to the top, or you can come in and set it to either the back, front, left, right, or bottom. So you can preset it. Now there's also below this, if you click on here, you can see that there's this 3D view settings. That will open up a dialog box that lets me come in and actually change the view. So if I want to look at it in this orientation, I can do that, and then you can change the rotation and azimuth of that view. You can also exaggerate the view. So if I do this, it's going to exaggerate the scale factor, which you see down here, which you can also do from the view by holding your shift and control key down and rolling your wheel up or down or forward or backwards, and you can see that it changes the vertical scale. So you can do that as well. You can also control sun properties as well as display it either in orthographic or perspective, or you can have Z. The Z is always up, and you can also do a walkthrough. That's another option here. So you can walk through the 3D view as well. So again, just some different view settings, orientations. You can also float a view by right-clicking on a view, and from the shortcut menu or context-sensitive menu, you can click float view, and then that will actually float a view that you can move to another monitor and look at it that way. To undock it or unfloat it, you just right-click on it again and select unfloat.